Hail Hydra! But don't really, because Hydra is actually a neo-Nazi organization in the Marvel Comics, and I think we can all agree neo-Nazis are bad. Well, unless you're a conservative. Then the neo-Nazis are very
fine people.
Yes, that's right. Today's video is about the Hydra Squeezer, a short-range variant of the traditional vanilla squeezer. Boasting poor range, horrible ink consumption, and nasty recoil, I am given no choice but to plant it all alone in X tier for Splatoon 2 weapon kits, while no other weapon can even break through the C tiers. What would cause me to make such a daring claim? Allow me to explain. For those of you who may not be aware, the Hydra Squeezer is the official name of the weapon in Splatoon 2. While the name appears as Hydra Splatling in the game, this is actually, according to the extremely reliable Inkopedia, an extremely dumb mistake made during the English localization by a drunken intern. It's easy to see how this mistake is made, seeing as how much the weapon looks like its fellow Splatlings, but when fired, it clearly resembles the Squeezer much more. If you press and then quickly release the trigger, your Hydra Squeezer will release a single paintball, just like with the vanilla Squeezer. What separates the Hydra from the vanilla Squeezer is that the Hydra does not have an auto fire mode. Notice that no matter how long I hold down the trigger, the Hydra Squeezer never enters auto mode, whereas the vanilla Squeezer will start auto firing in about a second. So if the vanilla Squeezer has both an auto fire mode and longer range single shot mode, then why use the Hydra Squeezer, you may ask? Well, the answer is obvious, dummy.
I don't know.
Stealth! Yes, of course, stealth. Shooting paint is hard to miss. It is easy to see paint fly by your face and even easier to see it when it pops up on your map. Boom. Easy. Yes. Stealth is the Hydra Squeezer's biggest strength. In order to play to that strength, make sure you throw on a main of both Stealth Jump and Ninja Squid, and then throw on another sub of both just to make sure you've got enough. Add in some quick super jump and swim speed up to counteract the negative effects of stealth, and voila! Just look at yourself now. Do you think the putrid vanilla Squeezer could be half as stealthy as you are now? My boy, you're stealthier than Link was in the Wind Waker. That's how it's done, boys. Hail Hydra! But don't really, because Hydra is a neo-Nazi organization in the Marvel Comics, and I think we can all agree neo-Nazis are bad. Unless you are actually talking about the Pokemon move Hail being used on the Pokemon Hydreigon, then that's totally cool, but probably not a smart idea. The Hydra Squeezer comes equipped with the Autobomb. The Autobomb looks like a submarine that evolved to have legs, and if those legs functioned as well as a 1-year-old, then it walks just the way it looks. All you do is chuck it and watch it move recklessly. What's that? There's a wall in the way? That's fine, just walk into it, and keep walking into it. Boy, wasn't that good?
Give me that! Why, it tastes so good. I think I'd like to try it a second time.
Boy, wasn't that good? Again.
Why, it tastes so...
Just look at this thing waddle. It's pathetic. Look, I've played Risk of Rain 2 one time for 250 odd hours in a row, and in that game you can auto-aim your attacks with that cruddy Huntress, so I'm plenty experienced with how terrible auto-aim mechanics are. This thing is just sad. It's the only bad sub-weapon in the game, I swear. Does anyone have anything good to say about this thing?
No.
Didn't think so. Moving on then, the Hydra Squeezer's special is the Splashdown. Push in the right stick and you'll fly up? Splashdown makes you go up? Yeah, okay, I can see that. Once up in the air, you die. But fret not, when you die, you only lose 20% of your charged special. That means you can quickly build up your special again so that you can die. Actually, the only way to avoid death is to use the Splashdown when all of your opponents are as far away from you as possible. When you're out of range of your enemies, they won't be able to splat you after you activate the Splashdown. This will allow you to paint a large amount of turf in a short amount of time without worry of dying. I'd recommend adding 1 or 2 or 5 subs of special power-ups so that you can paint even more area with each Splashdown. Now just look at how much more paint coverage you got. Absolutely stunning. Hail Hydra, but don't really, because Hydra is actually a neo-Nazi organization in the Marvel Comics, and I think we can all agree neo-Nazis are bad. Unless what you meant to say was that you're trying to flag down a taxi from the taxi service named Hydra. You probably want to make sure that taxi service isn't being run by Nazis though. There are 2 major techniques you can use with the Hydra Squeezer. The first is called the Splashdown Frown Town, named for the fact that your teammates will inexplicably frown whenever you perform this maneuver. The strategy is simple. First, wait for all your teammates to die. Then, jump back to your spawn, and finally, use your Splashdown just as you're arriving at your spawn point. By performing this technique, you will paint all over your own team's spawn, thus allowing your teammates to get back into the fight without having to paint a path themselves. The other advanced tech available to the Hydra Squeezer is known as the TV turnaround. As I noted previously, when you are near your opponent and perform the Splashdown, you will probably die before you actually go down. However, by flipping your TV upside down, your Splashdown will now go down immediately every time you use it. Your opponents literally have absolutely no way to stop you from splashing in a downward direction anymore, which means your special can now be used safely and reliably in all circumstances. Think of it like reverse psychology, but in reality. A reverse reality, a reverse fact, or an alternative fact. Ha! I wanted you to shoot me, bitch. Dying is the true victory. So yeah, that's the Hydra Squeezer for you. Now let's see how this behemoth handles the X-Rings.
This is DJ Atomica, broadcasting to you on Scene FM. I learned some valuable insight regarding the SSC psyche. Don't just win, destroy. Don't just outride your opponent, smack him silly up the side of the head. Good stuff to know.
What in the... My goodness, I think I was mistaken. This weapon needs to be burned in a dumpster. Forget this, I need a new weapon to use. If you have any ideas on what weapon you'd like to see me try next, or on how the Hydra Squeezer could be buffed, then please leave a comment below. You can do that like and subscribe thing too if you'd like. Or don't. I'll probably ignore your weapon suggestion, so you can ignore my subscribe request without regret. In Japan, the weapon is referred to as the Hydra Squeezer. The name was changed to Splatling because of an extremely dumb mistake made during the localization by a drunken intern per Nintendo. Perfect.